Hi, I'm Peter Vaughan here to tell you about a course that I'm running here. It's a certification course. I call it course number 1 because it's designed to help you, or the new person coming through who's understood a little bit about the numbers, how to take it to the next level so that you could go out there after this course and get anybody's name and their birth date and literally tell them about themselves. That's something that's not done easily. The course itself is over 2 days. But when a person's done that, all you have to do is go out there and practice. And once you start doing that, you're going to find that it just rolls on. The more you do, the better you'll get. And literally, you'll be better than most other people on the planet with regard to numerology. What I'm going to talk about here, though, what the course is about. You are the most important person in the world, but do you know who you are? Big question. Too many people today are wandering around looking for work, trying to find what they should be doing, meeting the right person. Who the hell are you? Well, if I asked you who your name was, you could tell me. But if I said, let's take your name away, now who are you? Well, you've got a body. You live in your body. So you live in your body, but you're not one. You have a brain to think with, but you're not a brain. So in other words, it's much about you that you think with, that you've got. It creates your thoughts, it creates your ability to take you to where you want to go, but really, where are you? That's my job, to help you find that out. So, if you're the most important person in the world, and you have to be, because without you it wouldn't matter, if you were to discover who you were, instead of going around with a question mark above your head all the time, but discover who you are. Know why you do things the way you do. Too many people do things in a particular way and other people go, oh, I don't like the way they're doing it. They're always rushing in, or they're always making mistakes. They've got great hands but they fumble, or they're good artistics. What are they doing in that job? All this kind of thing comes up in our minds. If you know how to apply yourself for best effect, that means again you've got to know who you are. So if you're not an archer and you don't know how to hold the bow and you're doing this and you're pinging it and doing this with it, you're not an archer. Compared to a person, pull it right back and let the arrow fly. You've got to know who you are, what your skills are to move ahead. So the course covers your first name. Now most people meet you by your first name, and if you'd met me, it's hi, it's Peter, I'd shake your hand. So my first name is important and it's part of my personality. So it's my personality. But it's only a bit of my personality, because I've got 2 other pieces of information about me. My first name, or my called name, which is Peter Vaughan, or my full name that I was given at birth. Each of these is a varying degree of my personality. All Peters have something in common. Peter Vaughans have something in common, and a person's full name and date of birth, if they were the same, would also mean that you're very commonly aligned. So your personality and then your destiny. Now your destiny is literally where we would find your best career suitability. Where do you really belong in the world? Well, if you get trained up in areas about that particular part of you, you can find out where you're going. Your heart's desire. Now to most people you go, what does that mean? Well, it's kind of like, oh, I love this thing. It's that passion that you have inside, that drive that makes you go ahead. I disclose where that's found in the name and how to use it to your advantage. We have a date of birth, ping ping. You can't escape that. You can change your name, but you can't change your date of birth. And this is a way in which you look at doing things. It's part of your traits and parts of your skill set. How you do things naturally to you. And if you look at it and say, well, what does naturally to me mean? It's like a dog. Dogs naturally bark, they naturally bury their bones, and they naturally do things that dogs do. But we give a dog a name. And a dog's name kind of describes its personality. Well, the same thing happens to you when you're born. They give you a name and your personality is born from that. It grows from this person. So if your body was likened to that of a vehicle like a motor car, every time you put somebody new in the seat of that motor car, irrespective of how the motor car is designed, if it was the same motor car, different people in that car will drive it differently. So therefore, you have a body and they give you a name, and your name is your personality and it drives your life the way that you do. Getting this part down here, your destiny, finding out what motivates you, what your skill set is, and then all of that will tell me to help you, and you discover who you are, and then find out where you're going. The last piece down here, numbers and the alphabet. My name, Peter Vaughan, is made up from letters of the alphabet. Where the hell did the alphabet come from? Why are the letters shaped the way that they are? Why is every man called David, when they reach the age of 27, have a major change in their life? And that's all Davids. Statements like this reinforce the fact that alphabets and numbers literally govern and control our life. That statement I just made was put out on a national radio station some years back, and every person who phoned in said that they themselves had had a major change at age 27. Their name was David at that particular year. So in understanding what the numbers mean, 1 through 9 and 0, which is not a number but it encompasses all kinds of numbers, it represents the universe, it represents everything and nothing at the same time. So it's like a switch on and a switch off. We understand that in the course, the number 1 has a meaning or a concept of understanding, like a room that has 9 doors around it. They've all got a label on them, 1 through 9. It could be A through I, the same way. But once you open up the door and you look inside, everything has a common denominator inside that room space, and that's what the numbers will tell us. The alphabet describes your personality. Once we find out what your numbers are, we can then discover who you are as a person, find out where you're going, work out what the alphabet represents, and after this course, if I think you've done well enough, we'll give you a Vaughan Code Standards qualification. Vaughan Codes, it's a name that came from the 35 years of work I've done here. I've cracked areas of numerology that no one has ever seen before, so much so that it's hard to think the word numerology fits nowadays. If you'd like to know how to do this, and if you do well in this course, there is another course that goes into teaching you about time. Once we learn about time, from the time that you're born to when you pass or leave this planet, there's a great big array of events that will take place. And at any stage in your life, where you are, where you've come from, and where you're going to, you can see in a map of your life what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. That's the big thing about this particular material. It's one of a kind. You can't do this with any other science. I welcome you to this course. I hope you'll enjoy this course. Make contact with the details and the credits that you'll see at the end of this clip, and then you can give us a call and we can arrange a course near you. They will be going online soon. Just as I'm making these up here now, I'll be bringing this forward in structured training. So you can actually learn online anyway and have my skills inside your head from your PC. Peter Vaughan signing out for this one, and I hope to hear from you soon.